When to stand. Yo, can you eat? No, you're not yet.
No, you don't need to
10 years. Yo, what up, Nathan? We said that we were gonna do it, running the show. We'll be what's Academy, we're running the flow. We put it down on stages, lyrics on pages, freestyling, it sounds outrageous. Make it be some on the microphone.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Do that. Right, I'm going to take a call first, and then we'll come to you, alright?
Oh,
wicked, man.
We may postpone the visit for half an hour. There's funeral operations going on, but it's generally not a problem. There's a separate entrance and.
Not really a jolly conversation about funerals, is it? But have you planned for your funeral? 020 722 42000. What would you like to happen? What music do you want to play? Things like that. Marcus is in Fulham and he's giving us a call on this. Hi, Marcus. Oh, hello. Really nice to talk to you. What, you never talked to me? My goodness, I've been here 10 years. Thank you. And what are we talking about? Death. How nice. Exactly. So funerals then. Have you decided what you're going to do? How your funeral's going to pan out?
a little bit. The other day on TV when Stephen Hawkins died.
Yeah.
Was Brian Eno and Under Stars. Now, are you familiar with?
Yes. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Brian Eno is a minimalist.
Yeah.
Well, part of his
Should put some water in. Should put some water.
It has no start, it has no beginning, and it has no ending. It only has a middle, and it repeats with a loop.
Oh, I see. But it's got to start somewhere. It starts with the middle.
It starts with the middle, and it ends with the middle.
Yeah.
Just like Stephen Hawking's attitude towards space and
Of course.
infinity.
So it was a perfect choice of music. Go on.
My partner Tony, he has chosen his bit of music as well, and it just so happens to be from the same album the Brian Eno track that mine is from, and that is just purely by chance.
Is that how you got together? Your love of Brian Eno music?
Absolutely not. When I met him, he listened to Capital Radio. Took him off that, and I told him, "Don't you dare listen to Capital Radio. There is nothing there for smart people." I got him off Capital Radio, and he became a BBC London listener.
Oh, good. Why have you? I mean, so that it's the music that you've planned, but is there anything else around your funeral that you've planned?
Well, actually, I'm probably going to do what my late mum did and not have one. So people will turn up, but there won't be a funeral if that makes sort of.
So you're going to have a party?
Okay. The short answer is have a party.
But then obviously the act. I mean, will you be buried? Will you be cremated? Someone's going to have to be there for that, won't they?
Yeah, I mean, there'll be that horrible bit where, I'll disappear behind the screen and maybe Dave Allen will turn back up and say hello.
And have you written this down anywhere or told anybody what you want? So when it does happen, let's hope it doesn't happen soon, but when it does happen, someone knows what's going to happen.
The second person who said that to me in the last week, so yes, I am going to have to write that down.
Now this is an issue. Now it's on the radio. It has been recorded, and we know what to do now.
Exactly. Out there in the ether, so there's no turning back now.
And what about what you want people to wear? Because I've always thought, no, I want people in black. I want them all crying. I don't want them happy. I want them in tears. I want them crying their eyes out. Well, this is the strange thing. I've got a funeral next in a couple of weeks, in fact, and they've told us that we can go in fancy dress. Now, I've never had that on a funeral invite before, and I'm thinking, my goodness, what would you wear? Fancy? It's just weird, isn't it? What do you wear to a funeral in fancy dress? Yeah, I get it, but I just don't think I will do that. I think it's kind of disrespectful, but obviously that's what the person wanted, so I don't know. Listen, Marcus, lovely to have you on. Nice to talk to you for the very first time. Marcus in Fulham May, and a bit of his funeral out already, although he hasn't told anyone what he wants yet. So now he has, and he's going to write it down. We've been talking about this because there's a new museum that's opened in London. It's the Museum of Funeral History in Farringdon. And we've been asking, what have you planned for your funeral? What would you like to happen? Have you really thought about this? 020 722 42000. I have thought about it. I don't want anyone wearing colours. I want everyone in black. Everyone in deep mourning. Crying. I want horses. I want the whole lot. The whole works.
No.
The man with the top hat going along and a really miserable time. I want everyone to have a miserable time. I want everyone to be crying. I don't want no happiness at my funeral or bright colours. Absolutely not. What about you? 020 722 42000 is the phone number. You can text 81333 to start the message with the word London, and you can email rosam@bbc.co.uk. Let's go through some of your emails, and then we've got the Beatboxers here from Battersea Arts Centre. They're in the studio getting ready. Andrew and Stepney, hello to you. Hi, Jason. About the very high levels of pollution, he says. It's gone over the limit so many times this year already. We get constant news stories and subsequent news about how seriously dangerous it's been the day before, but no warnings. So we, the public, can prepare ourselves. Wouldn't it be great if we had a roadside monitors informing the public of when the levels are dangerous? These could be at occasional bus stops. Also, couldn't your weather team broadcast air pollution warnings? They do when it gets really bad. In fact, Angie, they do that. I've spoken to them before about this, and they do it. I have not heard a single one in over a year, he says. Why are they not doing this? People are dying from the knock-on effects of asthma and breathing problems of the terrible pollution. Just a pollution forecast in with the weather twice a day would be a great practical help and interest to London's population. Can you, Jason, ask? We, the Met Weather Office, can't let your weather people broadcast warnings. In fact, the Met Office doesn't provide the service to the BBC anymore. But he says it's rather worrying. A shame about Katie Boyle, he says. Loved her Eurovision presenting. Can you play the Italian Eurovision winner of 1964 in her memory? Don't think we'll have that, Andrew, but thank you very much for that. Also, Andrew and Stetley saying play that Italian song as well. And Robert, I thank you for your emails too. Right. The latest show from Battersea Arts Centre's Beatbox Academy is Frankenstein. It's inspired by the original monstrous tale of power and persecution, and premiering in the book's 200th anniversary year. Using nothing but their mouths and a microphone, it explores the idea of what makes a modern monster. And the Battersea Arts Centre's Beatbox Academy has been going for 10 years. They produce some of the elite beatboxers performing across the world today, and I'm so pleased to say the duo Conrad Murray and Ruben Alfred Leckie join me now. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Really good of you to come in. Thank you so much for coming in.
No, thanks for having us.
Conrad, have you been around for the whole 10 years?
10 years, whole time.
Ruben, you've been around for
I have been around for 10 years as well.
Have you both
10
done
years,
it?
yeah.
So where did it come from, the Beatbox Academy? How did it begin?
Well, from my perspective, I wanted to kind of create performance that was based on kind of like rapping, beatboxing, just telling stories, but from like stuff that we did, you know what I mean, on the estates and things like that. I had a group called TDC, and then at BAC they said, yo, do you want to start a Beatbox Academy? And I was like, a Beatbox Academy? what's that?
That's what you did.
Yeah. But then
who said, would you want to start?
someone at BAC, one of the producers,
That's the art centre,
because
yeah.
she knew that like I wanted to create performance using rapping and kind of like, you know, kind of verbal arts and stuff. And then basically I joined with some other people, Jez Star, Zany, Mighty Mons, MC Slomo. We started a little crew, and we started to look for beatboxers, like people that wanted to do it and get involved. And I found Ruben. I went to his school, and I found him.
In Battersea?
Yeah.
In Chestnut Grove in Balham at the time,
yeah.
yeah. Conrad came to my school and they were telling us about different workshops that they were getting involved in, and I was so amazed actually. I saw MC Zany, he's a beatboxer I saw online at that age, so to come in and...
So you were interested in it anyway?
Yeah, I was interested in beatboxing from that age, and like, it's like seeing a pop star come into my school sort of thing, you know?
So when Conrad came in, you were like, yes, I
was
want to
like,
get involved.
yeah, I super wanted to get involved.
And how amazing is it that you've got that experience and it's right there at the Battersea Arts Centre?
It's been a massive blessing for me, you know. I've had loads of amazing experiences. I've been able to really push my art form and meet loads of different artists, and collaborate and really learn how to grow as an artist and beatbox with all sorts of different people, and grow in different ways.
Where is beatboxing now when it comes to, because grime has sort of taken over, hasn't it? It's really massive.
It's
where's beatboxing in?
It's still going because it's always bubbling under the surface. I mean, I think like we create new sounds. We respond to what's out there. We also create new stuff and new different kind of sounds. So I think it's more of a street art. Like you'll find us, you know, doing it anywhere. Do you know what I mean? I think I don't know. It's just grime comes from hip hop basically, and so does beatboxing, and it all springs from that same trajectory of those verbal arts. So Graham's a friend. We like Graham. Do you know what I mean? Big up Stormzy, Thornton Heath.
Well, he was at the Battersea Arts Centre about 5 years ago.
Mate, he
wasn't
performed
Stormzy?
there. Yeah. Ruben performed, opened up for him at BAC.
That's amazing, isn't it?
There was a
Look at the
project.
success he's had.
There was a project called The Agency, and one of the boys who ran
Big
it,
up
it came
Agency.
from the favelas. A guy from the called Marcus Faustini from the favelas came, and he had this idea about creating different projects for young people and basically giving them grants to come up with ideas. And one boy won it, and he created this project called I Am Next, and they started promoting
Big up I Am
different young artists, up and coming artists. And yeah, Stormzy was one of the artists he decided to have on one of those nights.
And this is the type of the things that the Battersea Arts Centre do. A lot of people don't really know. They think they can go and see a bit of theatre there, but there's so much that's going on in that building. Isn't
Well,
there?
yeah,
Loads of community
even Jerry Springer the Opera came out of Battersea Arts
Yeah,
Centre.
yeah.
Loads of amazing ideas have come out of that place, you know, and it's amazing.
But specifically, they're doing stuff for young kids on the estates around Battersea.
That's what I'm saying. Like I grew up on a council estate, and it's given me a practice. I've developed a whole career out of something I like doing. And then now loads of young people are using that to maybe be beatboxers, but also to do that to gain confidence and do loads of other things. You know what I mean? So
If it wasn't for the Battersea Arts Centre, would there be anywhere else that you could have done this sort of stuff?
no,
Nah.
Bedrooms.
I can't think of anywhere.
bedrooms basically.
Not in this way. Not in this way.
No.
No way.
In a professionalised way. Like, I mean, the BAC is pretty amazing. It has a practice. On one hand, you've got Jerry Springer Opera, which was like a massive multi-million-pound West End show. And then you got the Beatbox Academy, a place where you got spitters, beatboxers. I mean, a lot of mad dudes, man. But it gives something to actually focus on.
Yeah.
And their ideas get taken seriously, you know. It's not just like, oh, these young people are, you know, creating a space and they're getting on with it. It's about really giving them a space to utilise their skills and let them feel like they're own creators of their own reality, you know.
Do some people come in for the first time and they're a bit nervous and a bit
A lot.
quiet, and then
Yeah.
they totally change their lives?
That
And
definitely
Mate,
does happen to a lot of people.
We've got people that come in and they say, "Oh, I'm not a singer. I can't sing. I can't beatbox." And then now they're, you know, top level. Like they've gone to drama school. Now they've been in shows. That's their career now. That's what they're doing.
How many people have gone through the academy?
Mate, it'll be hundreds.
Yeah, definitely
Honestly,
hundreds.
yeah, it'll be hundreds.
And we're still kind of recruiting in a way.
We're
You know,
still
we're still
recruiting,
spreading the beatbox energy. Like beatboxing is an amazing skill to use as a teaching method. You know, it's a different way of teaching. It's not so heads on. It's a two-way thing. Yeah, it's a two-way thing. So you can really converse with the child instead of kind of enforce an opinion on them. So that's why I think we've been so successful in doing what we've done.
Now there may be some people who are thinking, "What is beatboxing?"
Yo.
Just explain it, Conrad.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like making sounds. Like everyone kind of sings in the shower, right? Singing in the bathtub, sings along, making the sounds. But beatboxing is kind of like doing that. You're kind of listening to songs that you like, sounds that you like. You're copying it, and you at first you start copying, but then you start making your own sounds, just messing around. I mean, everyone you sing in the shower, right?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Singing in the bathtub.
I'm singing Kylie.
Yeah.
You can do Kylie beatboxing.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, however you want to
the
do
new
it.
one, dancing.
Oh
No, That's Ruben's favourite song.
That
I'm
got me
joking.
through the
I'm
half
joking.
marathon a couple of weeks ago.
Mate.
But someone's saying on the Facebook Live, because you can watch these guys,
Yo,
Conrad
yo,
and
yo.
Ruben, on the Facebook Live on our Facebook page right now, because they're going to do
Big
some
up Facebook Live.
for us. Facebook.com/BBC Radio London. And I think one of the people are asking, what's grime?
What's grime?
People don't know.
I mean,
the
it's
thing
140 BPM or 70 BPM, you know. If you,
I think grime is just a name, you know. Names are used to box things, you know. Grime is a label that's been given to, I guess you could call street music. People who usually it's been seen as been speaking of profanity before or speaking negative connotations, but I think young people turn it into a positive thing now, which
And
is
it's a
good
London
and bad.
thing,
It's a
isn't
London
it?
thing.
British
It is a
It's a
British
British
thing. It is a
thing.
British thing.
Which is
There's,
fantastic.
Oh, it's
it's
sick.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
sick.
It's all over the world.
There you go.
I mean, when we were first doing this 10 years ago, there was no. It seemed quite weird that we wanted to beatbox, so we wanted to rap. People would be like, you know, is it just American? What is this thing? But it's like, no, we're doing this as well all the time. People are always doing this. This is what we're doing.
And there's
No,
definitely a London flavour in it, isn't
a
there?
London flavour, man. This is like a London
Yes,
thing.
you're not trying to be Americans.
Not trying
No
to,
way.
and it's not to discredit Americans
No.
also, but we're not. But it's our thing.
Is that where beatboxing started then in America?
It started. I mean, the trajectory of all kind of this kind of music comes from America, New York. That's the trajectory we follow. But then it's about each community you go to takes ownership. Like I went to Brazil and beatboxed in the favelas and worked with people in the favelas on beatboxing.
Oh, that must have been amazing.
Mate, well,
What an experience.
I also stayed in an indigenous village, and we made the first song. We taught them to beatbox, and the first new song in their language in 200 years.
Wow.
The first new song.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That is incredible.
And the thing is, beatboxing, like we did a show a few years ago called the first language.
The
And we
first
basically-
instrument.
Yeah, the first instrument. That's it. And we were basically saying how beatboxing
Is the first instrument.
instrument. You know,
Yeah.
it's replicating
Yeah, of
sounds
course,
and
it's the voice.
It's the voice, which is a healing instrument. You know, you're making your own frequencies, and that's why we like music. It's arranged frequencies and melodies, and that's what makes us feel alive. You know.
Back to the BAC Art Centre
Yeah.
itself. 3 years ago, you know what happened? The big fire.
Yeah, the fireman.
What did you feel when that happened? Because that was horrible.
Well, Ruben told me first, and I was like, "It's a lie, it's a lie." And he was like, "The BAC Art Centre on fire." And I said, "They're lying." I mean, I'm seeing it on my Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Like people are just making up lies, and I thought, why is everyone making up lies that the BAC is on fire?
It was very hard.
And then I
to-
thought, oh no,
realise
because
it was.
I didn't believe it. I mean, that's been our home. Do you know what I mean? Like honestly, no, it was gutting, man. It was gutting.
My great grandparents had their wedding reception in that hall,
Yeah, a
which is
lot of
actually
people
really
did, didn't
interesting.
they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, it was a.
And have you seen it now?
Yeah, it's beautiful, man.
I got to see
It's
it
sick.
the other day as well.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
really emotional going back in there.
Yeah,
Mate,
I'm sure.
Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. Right, tell us about Frankenstein.
Yo,
So,
Frankenstein,
this is
man.
starting this week, isn't it?
Starting this week, Thursday, it's a musical kind of revisioning of Frankenstein's story, which is 200 years old this year. Frankenstein, and like we got beats, we got kind of raps. I mean, if you like Mary Shelley, if you like Frankenstein, it's all there for you. But if you like hot beatboxing as well, it's all there for you.
How long is the show?
It's about 50 minutes long.
50?
Yeah.
That's a lot of time, isn't it?
It's a lot of time for
beatboxing
6 people on stage beatboxing and singing.
Yeah.
But these guys are like
telling a story.
are musical, verbal acrobats, vocal.
It
I mean,
really is beautiful.
it's-
We just came from rehearsal. That's why the whole crew aren't here. They're in rehearsal.
they're
They're
deep.
busy.
They're deep in tech
Because
rehearsal.
it starts on Thursday, doesn't
It starts
it?
on Thursday.
It goes on till
It goes on for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, for 3
so
weeks.
You can go and watch Frankenstein.
Come and see
these
it.
guys
Come
are
and please
beatboxers.
come down. You're gonna love it. It's a new musical thing. I mean, it's like a mixture between a musical theatre and a gig, and theatre. Do you know what I mean? It's something new, basically.
Right, let's hear some beatboxing, shall we?
Oh, let's
From
do it, man.
Live here on BBC
Ruben, you
Radio
ready?
London. This is
Yeah,
Conrad
man.
Murray, Ruben Alfred Leckie from the
go,
BAC Art
son.
Centre Beatbox Academy, doing their stuff right now.
We said that we were gonna do it, one on the flow, we'll be Beatbox Academy, and we run the show, we put it down on stages, lyrics on pages, some sound and it sounds outrageous, make a beat up on the microphone, and it sounds so good, think about it when you're going home. We run the beat, make a sound for the street, come fresh by the scene, I'm a genius in the... I'm a genius in the... I'm a genius. I'm a genius, 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 genius. I'm a genius, genius. We see what we're gonna do.
Yo,
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Well
yeah.
done. Fantastic.
thank you.
Completely unrehearsed, of
We were
course,
just jamming
but that's
that,
the way
You
it
jamming
just
is.
did that. You just did it.
Yeah.
just
Oh, we
there
were just
like
jamming
that.
it. Yeah,
We're just
yeah.
jamming it,
Click of the
man.
finger, that's what you can do. And you know that we talk about it on BBC Radio London all the time, what's going on with the young people in this city, but you're the real young people
Yeah, man.
of London, aren't you? You're doing some good stuff, you're
Positive
creative,
things, man.
you're doing positive things.
Yeah,
and there's
man.
more of you than there are of the rest.
Much
isn't
more, man.
there? We don't hear
Much
enough positive stuff about
Exactly
There's gonna
not.
be
I
more
mean, there's a
positive
whole
stuff
musical
coming.
theatre movement, Beatbox Academy, 10 years in London. Everyone should know about that. That's what that's why we're here. And thanks for having us on, because
Well,
that's
listen.
that's a positive thing. There's people like Ruben that needs to be championed. I mean,
Absolutely. And yourself, Conrad.
Thank you very much.
Conrad
Thank you very
Maverick,
much.
Ruben Alfred Leckie from Battersea Arts Centre's Beatbox Academy. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
in.
much for
Go
having
me.
and
Very
see the
much.
performance at the Battersea Arts Centre. Frankenstein, it happens on Thursday.
Come and
And
see
it. Yes,
the
love
first
and
night's
light
on
to you all.
Thursday. Goes on for the next 3 weeks. Really go and support these guys because they're absolutely brilliant and some of the amazing stuff that they're doing. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, man. Thank you very much.
Good of you. We should do more of this.
thank you. Yes.
On the show here on BBC Radio London. And in the next hour, we're reviewing the day. A brand new guest to review the day next here on BBC Radio London. I am going to play, actually, at the end of the show, because I haven't got time now because we're going to go into the news, but some of the Frankenstein. What have I
Yes.
done next? What is that something specific in the show, just so I know?
Yeah. It's a bit. It's kind of like when Frankenstein's thinking, like, what has he done by creating a monster? It's kind of that kind of vibe, and also like it covers a lot of themes. But like, what have I done when you've kind of done something that could be evil, could be kind of bad, and you've kind of let it go out into the world?
Yeah, there's a slight Jekyll and Hyde feel to the show, and kind of covering those sorts of aspects.
But it's a great
properly.
tune. It's a great
It is a
sick
beautiful
tune.
Well, we will play that.
And
just
and,
sort
and
of
it's
at the
featuring
end of the show.
it's featuring ABH, who's the #2 beatboxer in the whole country.
ABH.
Yeah.
Fantastic, listeners. Thank you so much. I will play a bit of the Frankenstein beatboxing stuff then at the end of the show this evening, but let's go into the news now. We'll have more reviewing the day in the next hour.
Oh, thanks, man.
Brilliant, well
Thank you,
done.
thank you
That
very
is So good. I love that. Thank you.
I enjoyed it,
thank
man.
you.
Thank you very much.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Should we have a photo, Nathan?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
why not?
Yeah.
Do you want to run into this?
Oh, yeah, we
no. I'll mention you, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the piano.
Let's get Martin. Can you
That's it.
Yeah, one of them.
Digital radio and TV.
Go Conrad.
4.9.
That's so good.
That was fun. Don't forget your
I'm going to come and sit.